we got to go after this one. Seven 0 the Venom Trail here in San Angelo as the Bandits strike on the first play of the ball game. Cashmere with a 50-yard kickoff return for touchdown. But now the Venom are going to see what they're going to look like on special teams as Ortega gets set to kick it off right to left on your radio dial, or if you're watching live at Joe Daddy's on the B2 network. Ortega takes a couple steps and drills it. Takes a bounce all the way down to the 5-yard line where it bounces off Fulton Jr.'s chest. He picks it up off the rail, and then he is smoked inside the 3-yard line, and it's a horrible start for the Venom tonight. And San Angelo is bouncing around all over the place, which they should be because the Venom are pinned all the way inside their own 4-yard line. That one bounced at about midfield, bounced up, and a late penalty flag comes in, and we're going to see what that's on. It looks like it could be on number 7, Jeremiah Turner of the Bandits, and it looks like there might have been some extra talking going on after that tackle. I see him slap his hands. We'll see what the call is going to be. Here it comes. And that's who it's on, unsportsmanlike conduct on Turner, and that's a huge penalty because you send in a rookie quarterback about to take his first snap in professional football. He's pinned inside his own 4-yard line, and he gets a big break there. And so the Venom will take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. John David Baker, the quarterback for the Venom, getting his first start right here. You've got to expect some jitters from a young quarterback as he makes his first start tonight. He's under center now. He gives the wave, and that is going to be Johnson Jr., the motion man. He looks that way, quick fire, and it is a completion. And that's going to be, looks like, see when they unstack that pile, who that's going to be. And it's Darnell Williams who's going to have the football and a gain of about, call it 6. As that's a good sign as Baker gets his first pass completion on his first play, so he's perfect for the night. Ball goes out to the 21-yard line. Call it 2nd and 4 for the Venom. That was Darnell Williams. He was the motion man that time. Came over on his left-hand side, the new big receiver from Laredo. And now play clock could be a factor tonight as it's already down under 7. Johnson Jr. going to be the motion man. Clock down to 3. They're going to have to hurry to get it off, and Baker does. Drops, 5-step drop, looking, firing, deep ball. Has a open Raymond Johnson Jr., and it goes just over the top of his hands. He was there, he had the step on, looks like we're going to say number 2 that time, DeMarcus James. But the ball falls incomplete. Now a big 3rd down for the Venom here. The 12:58 mark in the first quarter, trailing 7-0 on the road at Foster Communications Coliseum in San Angelo tonight. Really, this is a huge game because Angelo sits at 4-3. The Venom sit at 4-3. If Venom can get this, they'll go to 4-3. Angelo 4-4, so they'd have a half a game lead over San Angelo. 3rd down coming. Baker looking. Now flushed out of the pocket. Rolling to his right. Still rolling. And he makes another man miss. And this is where he can be dangerous. He is on his feet, and he's going to have the first down and then some as John David Baker goes all the way across the field. And that's what we've not had out of our quarterback play this year. And you talk about, looked like he was done. He rolled all the way to the right-hand side of the field, reversed out. And we've got our own little Johnny football here in Amarillo, Texas, as John David Baker makes a nice play and gets a Ryan O'Neal first down, and a big first down for the Venom. Out past midfield, inside the 24-yard line. We're going to call it the 23 of San Angelo, and a huge first down there on 3rd down. Trip receivers on the right-hand side. Williams going to be your motion man. He's joined alongside Johnson and Fulton Jr. Here he comes in motion as the play clock's down to 1. Quick pass outside to Fulton Jr. He falls down, and then he's touched, and it's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Ball was behind him that time. They were trying to run the bubble screen to the right-hand side, and that's just timing. They've been here working together only since last Monday, so you get a week of work in. You have your weekend. They come back yesterday on Sunday, got some light stretching and a quick workout in, got on the bus this morning about 4:30. And so, you really think about timing and things like that. Of course, Baker has not worked with any of these receivers. You've got Darnell Williams, who's been here a week himself. And so, you got to think that, man, you got to get, just timing. So we're going to have to burn a timeout here, speaking of timing, and it's just going to have to be quick. They're setting the play clock awful fast here tonight. As the Venom are going to burn a timeout. We're going to take it with them. 7-zip. Angelo leads. The Amarillo Venom 11:04 remaining in the first quarter. The Venom take their first timeout. You're listening to Venom Football on the car. Yeah, that'd be good. So John David Baker makes his first start here for the Amarillo Venom, basically in his backyard. Tucker with the call here, 7-zip. The Venom Trail on the road in Angelo tonight. Just had to use their first timeout, and it was a good timeout. You know, it's new terminology, several new players in the ballgame. You know, you've got 8 men on offense, and 2 of them have been here less than a week. So you got to expect some of these timing things and deals like that to be a little bit slow tonight. But here's the deal. Angelo's been a team that can put up a lot of points. Last week on the road against Rio Grande Valley, they lost at a last-second controversial play. So, you know, these guys can put up a lot of points, and the clock's already down to 14. And we're going to see if they're going to reset the play clock, and they're going to say no. Play clock down to 9, and the Venom are going to have to hustle here. They were slow getting out of the huddle that time, and Williams is the motion man on second down. Baker dropping, looking, still looking, finding, throws. Wide open is Raymond Johnson Jr. bounces off a tackle, and he's going to be close to a first down. They're going to say he's got it. Wow, good play that time by Baker. And let's see if they're going to give us the first down or not. No, they're going to say it's 1/2 foot short, so third and about a foot to go. And now the official waves it on down. Ryan O'Neal first down. And I tell you what, I'm not sure if we had the first down or not by where the final down box was, and he waved it on, so the Venom get away with one early at the 10:35 mark here in the first quarter, going left to right on your radio dial, trailing 7-0 early here in Angelo. Baker under center. Williams, the motion man. Quick pitch out to Shaka Harrison. He has the corner inside the 10, 5, and going to be tackled at about the 3-yard line inside the Coors Light red zone goes Shaka Harrison. A great play call that time by Julian Reese, head coach of the Amarillo Venom. He saw what he liked there. Basically, the defensive end had snuck inside a little bit, and they ran a quick pitch to Harris, who is a nice running back out of West Texas A&M University. Harris, a guy that was activated at the last minute before the championship game last year against Laredo, and quite frankly was a big part of the Venom winning that championship game. Play clock already down to 10. Like I say, they are setting the play clock extremely fast tonight as it's second down. Ball inside the 5-yard line. Hand off to Fulton Jr. Makes a quick cutback, and then he's going to be tackled. Nice open field tackle, and then the ball comes loose, and they're going to blow the whistle and say it's dead. Nice open field tackle that time by Kirkland Davidson. You got to like a guy with either 2 last names or 2 first names. I don't know what you say. Kirkland Davidson. I'm sitting up with my friend here from the SanAngelo newspaper. He gives me a little chuckle, not a big one. Just like that, the Venom face third down. Now clock hovering around the 9-minute mark. The Venom trail 7-0 here. Third down, we're going to call it 2. Ball after the Fulton Jr. carry is going to be marked for a loss of about 1. And now the Venom, the play clock's already down under 10. It's the fastest play clock setting I've ever seen. Already down to 6. Williams going to be your motion man. He's a big, tall receiver. Got to get it off here. Quick pitch out to Harris. He gets the pitch, but he's not going to go anywhere. Now it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to say he was short. So it's decision time for head coach Julian Reese. Gain of maybe 1. We're going to call it 4th, and it looks like a full yard here. I'm going to start watching the play clock and see when we actually set it. Now that it's set, and the Venom are already getting lined up, and they're going to have to hustle here. And they're getting Andre the Wrecking Ball Hendricks into the ball game. Look for a carry to him, but it's 17 seconds already on the play clock. But right now, the biggest play in the young football game, and Coach Reese is probably going to have to burn another timeout here. Down to 8. 7 seconds on the play clock. He's holding his hand, seeing if he's going to have to use it, and he doesn't. Quick drop, and it's John David Baker. He's going to be tackled short of the first down. Let's see where the spot is, and he may have got the first down. We've got one guy marking it one place, and we got one guy marking another, and we're going to see where the spot is here. Coach Julian Reese steps way out into the field, and we've got officials pushing him backwards, and now they're going to measure, it looks like, here. So they back up Coach Julian Reese. Baker was with the quarterback keeper that time. One guy came way in and spotted it a little head. I think we're going to be short here by about a football length. But let's see. You never know when you pull those chains tight. So here it comes. big early play of the game, and we'll see what it is. And it's going to be an AmarilloVenom first down. They called first down SanAngelo, and the SanAngelo crowd went wild. And John David Baker has converted 2 big third and now 1 fourth down possessions. Here we go. 8:03 remaining in the first half. And what's crazy is the SanAngelo defense, they had all ran off the field. And so now as Baker's getting the call from Julian Reese, the Bandit defense had to make their way all the way from their own. They stand about the 10 to 15-yard line where their box is. And now they're all the way down. Play clock already down to 10. It's going to be the theme tonight. Johnson Jr. and Darnell Williams, wide receivers on your left-hand side. Fulton Jr., the motion man. Dropping his Baker, looking, now still looking. Now he's going to run. This is where he can be dangerous. He's got some room with his feet. He's going to get a touchdown. John David Baker, and he is speared in the back, and he is down on the ground still, and that is not a good sign. He's going to get the touchdown, but he had somebody come in just right and hit him right between the shoulders. As he dives across, he's still down. And Coach Julian Reese and Nathan Johnson make their way over, and he's up. And that's what you like about a good, tough SanAngelo Lakeview boy. He is right here, has gone in and scored, and that's the difference that he can make is on those feet. He dove across the goal line and took a shot right in the back. And John David Baker, he's going to make a lot of new fans, his teammates, real quick. And he's bringing an added dimension to the Venom quickly. 7-6, the Venom trail. Fredo Chavez. Now, here's something that's interesting. Baker had been the holder all week. Christian Kaflish, heads up. He ran out there real quick to hold since Baker was shook up. High snap. Kaflish gets it down, and Fredo Chavez drills it. And now penalty flags are going to fly, and the Venom are going to be forced to kick that one more time. But heads up to Christian Kaflish. He was sitting on the bench. He saw Baker, who had been holding all through the week. He sort of startled after he dove for the touchdown. He hustles in the ball game, so give credit where credit's due. That's a big, smart kid right there out of Texas A&M University. San Antonio Madison is Christian Kaflish. So it's going to be a holding call on Levante Jackson. So back it up, and now it becomes about a 30-yard field goal for the extra point for Fredo Chavez, who absolutely drilled that one. Extra points are critical here early in the ball game. We've yet to see the Venom defense on the field, and we're midway through the first quarter. Here comes Chavez. Snap. Wobbly again. Kicks up, and it's good. How about Fredo Chavez hitting a 30-yard extra point as the Venom have tied it up. 7-7 at the 6:56 mark here in the first quarter. Listen to Venom football on the car. Kenny, they're doing an on-field deal. We can go a little bit. Yep. Short one. We're going to call him Johnny Amarillo. Shoot. All right, perfect. There you go. All tied up here at Foster Communications Coliseum in SanAngelo, Texas tonight as the Venom are on the road against the SanAngelo Bandits. And Fredo Chavez is teeing it up here, and Lamons Cashmere is back deep. And Cashmere went 50 yards to the house last time out. And so the Venom defense have yet to touch the field, same as the SanAngelo offense, and maybe the Venom can, on special teams, get it going. Big kick, and it bounces off one of the front row guys and now takes a bounce at about the 10-yard line. Mike Maldonado had a chance to make a tackle and just missed him. Ron Evans Jr. comes in and is able to trip him up, and it looks like it's going to be Kirkland Davidson on the kickoff return. Penalty flags are down, so a legal shield flag on the field. Craig Fulton Jr. was about the 15-yard line, and he might have been held. So we'll see what the play call or the penalty is going to be here, the legal shield flag on the field, as we get the call from the official right now. And they're going to call face mask against the Venom, a personal foul. So that's going to be a pretty big penalty. And that goes against Levante Jackson, already his second penalty of the game. And what that one will do, will take it past midfield. So now SanAngelo, Luke Collis, the quarterback. He lit us up like a Christmas tree last time out. Is ready to take snaps. Cashmere is going to be the motion man. Let's see if they run the same play they've ran. He came all the way back across the field, and Maldonado was ready for it that time, and they could check down route. Tackle's going to be made by DeAndre Bonner, and the pass goes to Lawan Edwards. He's going to have a first down inside the 13-yard line, and now they go no huddle. Gary Edwards going to be the motion man, twin receivers on the right-hand side. And penalty flags are going to fly, and we're going to see what the call is going to be. And I think they're going to say that no one declared tight end for SanAngelo, and they've got to declare. So in the arena game, one of the linemen, now they mark it off against Amarillo. So I'm not sure what that call is. So not sure what the penalty was there. And it's going to be against Amarillo. So illegal defense is the call. First and now 5. Ball's inside the 10-yard line all the way down to about the 7. Going right to left on your radio dial. 6:18 remaining in the first. All tied up at 7 here in SanAngelo tonight. Gary Edwards going to be the motion man. Luke Collis, the quarterback. Trip receivers on the right-hand side. He rolls that way, looking, throwing, goes up top, and almost intercepted by Raymond Berry. Raymond Berry, he's a guy that's really finding himself here a little bit for the Venom. Berry came in from Laredo as well. Didn't get a lot of playing time there last year. Got a couple games under his belt early, sort of limited spot action, and now he's got the starting role tonight. And he had a huge pass breakup that time. And he's joined back there by DeAndre Bonner. DB is what we call him. New this week from Arkansas Tech University. And he's a little guy, and he's got a great story. He'll tell you he had to fight for everything he's ever had, and he's a tough one as Collis looks, throws, and he's going to have a touchdown to Lamont Cashmere. It was just a little quick route. They had trip receivers over there that time. We backed up off of them, gave him a little soft coverage, and Cashmere's got another touchdown tonight, his second. So look for a shootout here tonight in SanAngelo. Both defenses having a hard time stopping each other. Of course, that time gave them a little bit of a head start out past midfield as it's 13-7 SanAngelo. And now Ortega, once again, missed 8 extra points last week in a game that they lost by like 3 or 4. So you know he's got to be a touch nervous. Good hold that time by Edwards, and he's perfect so far tonight. 14-7 here in SanAngelo. Let the shootout begin. 5:13 remaining in the first. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Venom Football on the car. Kenny, they're doing a media deal right now, so we got time. They're still going. Nah, one more. He made it. Perfect. SanAngelo, Texas tonight for a little Monday night football. Lone Star Football League style here at Foster Communications Coliseum. Toby Tucker on the call for all you folks listening to 95.7 The Call or over at Joe Daddy's. watching on the America One Network, or just out there on the World Wide Web. Hope everybody's having a good time out there tonight, being safe on a Monday night. And that's what's going on right here. There's nothing safe in SanAngelo, I tell you, and I don't mean that against SanAngelo. I'm talking about there's footballs flying in here tonight. You're going to have a head on a swivel as these two teams are going to light up the scoreboard tonight. And now Art Arteaga set to kick off for the Bandits. And it's Raymond Johnson Jr. who's back deep. Raymond Berry, though, is going to pick it up at almost midfield, and then he's going to be wrapped up at about the 20-yard line. Can't get to midfield, but it'll be good starting field position for the AmarilloVenom as Berry is able to catch the ball. It was bouncing around there around the 20, 25-yard line. He grabbed it, scooped it up, and then lost a couple yards trying to have a little effort. But nonetheless, the Venom will take over 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line, going left to right on your radio dial. John David Baker makes his way back into the ball game. Play clock already running, as Baker had a couple big plays on that drive, had a 4th down conversion, another huge 3rd down conversion, and then a touchdown run of his own. So he's already lighting up the scoreboard, but the play clock, we're not even out of the huddle, and it's under 10. So the Venom are going to have to hustle here. Already had to burn 1 timeout. 5 seconds on the play clock. Craig Fulton Jr. is going to be your motion man, and Baker's going to have to burn a timeout. And he did what was right. We're just having a hard time getting lined up, and the Venom are going to have to take another timeout. We're going to take it with them. I'm going to have an Aqua One water break of my own. 4:38 remaining in the first quarter, 14-7. You're listening to Venom Football in the car. Let's see what they're going to do. Go one more. Darnell Williams, the motion man on the right-hand side. Quick pitch out to Raymond Johnson Jr. Gets a block from Williams. And then after the timeout, he's going to gain about a yard, and that's all. Quick bubble screen out there. Williams was the motion man. He got a good block, but give credit where credit's due. Number 11 that time came screaming over. It's Desmond Rayford from his linebacker position doing a nice job of pursuit down the line of scrimmage. And he makes that tackle. I loved coaching defensive ends that could run from that backside and make those tackles. There's nothing prettier to me as you got sweep going opposite of you, coming down that line, not losing contain, and then making that play as they go to cut back. And that's exactly what happened there for Rayford. Trip receivers on the left-hand side. Craig Fulton Jr. going to be your motion man. John David Baker, the quarterback. He gives Fulton Jr. a big step, and Fulton and the other guy just collide. Quick pass to Williams. He makes one man miss. He's still on his feet. It's going to be a 1st down for the Venom all the way inside the 13-yard line. And the crowd, you might have heard them go, ooh, as Craig Fulton came in motion. One of the defensive backs came to check him, and Fulton Jr. just absolutely blew him up like a black cat on the 4th of July. Remember those black cat fireworks you used to light up, throw, and blow them up? That's exactly what Fulton Jr. did. He lit him up. I'll be feeling that one tomorrow. Play clock already under 14. The Venom are just leaving the huddle. John David Baker, your quarterback. We talked about Johnny Football earlier. We're going to call him Johnny Indoor Football. As Johnson Jr., the motion man here. Baker drops the ball, and it's going to be a fumble. The ball's still out, and Angelo's going to get it. And those are the things that you just can't have happen. Turnovers will kill you in the indoor football game. And SanAngelo's already got a touchdown on special teams. And now, as the Venom are getting ready to be a threat to score, they've got another turnover. So now the defense is going to be asked to rise up at the 3:06 mark here in the first quarter, 14-7. SanAngelo leads Amarillo, and the Venom now need a defensive stop or a turnover. It was just a center quarterback exchange that time. And I don't know if Baker pulled out early or what happened there, but the ball nonetheless was on the ground and recovered by SanAngelo. They take over. 2:57 remaining in the first quarter. 14-7, SanAngelo leads. And Cashmere's going to be your motion man. He goes all the way from the left-hand side. Now he's the lone receiver on the right. Collis looking, throwing, firing, throws, and picked away at the last second by Mike Maldonado. Nice play by Maldonado, a guy who had 2 interceptions last week. And he comes up with a nice pass break up there. Collis, there was rumor early in the week that he had gone up to the Arena League and that SanAngelo was looking for a quarterback. That didn't have the zip on it that we've seen him have in the past. And I wonder, is maybe that shoulder a little sore or something, but that ball, Cashmere was there. That ball was just a little behind, and it gave time for Mike Maldonado to swat it away at the last second. Now it's 2nd down and 10, just at the 2-minute mark, as Collis looks, fires, throws. Wide open is Cashmere, and, there's nobody within 10 yards of him, and it's going to be a 20-yard gain for Angelo, and that's just brutal. He is absolutely wide open. No one even close. So now inside Venom territory, Collis under center, trip receivers on the left-hand side. This time Edwards going to be the motion man. Collis, 5-step drop, looking, throws off his back foot, and that ball floats safely in between two Venom defenders. Ron Evans Jr. and Mike Maldonado sort of had Lamont Cashmere sandwiched in between him. It goes safely to the ground. So the clock will continue to run here. 1:20 remaining in the first quarter, 14-7. Now the Venom have had to burn 2 timeouts already as they're having a hard time getting the play and the play call in and terminology and things like that. SanAngelo so far has 1 touchdown drive of about 15 yards, a kickoff return for a touchdown, and now a fumble recovery. So they're getting all the breaks early tonight. Edwards the motion man. He'll be guarded by Raymond Berry. Collis, no pressure at all, and a wide open Lamont Cashmere for a 10-yard gain. It's going to be a first down. And that's the difference. Early in the year we talked about the Venom with the pressure that they were able to put on quarterbacks, and that is just not there. Quarterbacks are standing back there all day long. No one's able to get to the quarterback. And, you cannot, as defensive backs, they cannot be on an island out there in this game without pressure on the quarterback. When you can take a 5-step drop and then gather yourself again to take one last look, you've got all day, and that's what's happening right now as the Venom aren't putting on pressure. Collis dropping, looking, wide open in the end zone is Edwards, and that's a touchdown. Right in front of Raymond Berry, and it's going to be a touchdown about 8 yards. Now they've turned that turnover into points. 20-7, the Bandits lead the Venom here tonight in Angelo in the first quarter, 21 seconds remaining. So now Ortega comes back into the ball game. He's been perfect so far tonight, so no problems there at all as far as the kicking game, as he has been dead on. Out of the hold of Lawan Edwards. Edwards has it down. Ortega kick is up, and he nails it again. 3 for 3 on the night, 21-7. The Bandits lead. 9 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Listening to Venom Football. Don't go anywhere. We're going to come back on the card. Well, the scoreboard's lighting up here in SanAngelo tonight. So far, the Bulbs are on the wrong side of the scoreboard. 21-7, Angelo lead the Venom. And the Venom were marching down deep into Angelo territory where they had that fumble exchange center quarterback. And the Bandits made good on turning that into points here on Monday night in SanAngelo, Texas. Ortega teeing it up down there. Raymond Johnson Jr. is a guy we've yet to see get his hands on the ball, and anytime he touches it, you know that something can happen quick. They call him the Flash for a reason, and the ball this time is going to give him a shot. It's going to dribble all the way down and then up into the bleachers. I said it was going to give him a shot. It took a weird roll. It bounced at about the 10-yard line and then goes out of bounds. So the Venom are going to take over 1st and 10 deep inside their own territory at their 6-yard lines where it went out of bounds. And so Baker, who had the fumbled snap that time, will come back into the ball game here and try to lead the team back down the field. We've seen some good things from the young quarterback here tonight, and we'll see how he reacts the rest of the way through, as it's a long game of football. already 28 points on the board, and we've yet to play a quarter. And the reality is SanAngelo hadn't touched the ball almost until midway through the first quarter. They've made good through there. So the clock starts automatically here in the indoor game, which makes the first quarter expire. 21-7. We've played 15 minutes of football here in SanAngelo tonight, and the Bandits have the early 21-7 lead. Lots of football to be played. We'll see what happens the rest of the way. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Venom Football on the car. You can do two. You can go another. I say that. Both teams are already out there. Let's finish this one and we're done. Okay, perfect. 21-7 here on the road in SanAngelo, but you can see the Venom live in action at the Cal Farley Coliseum this Saturday night, as they take on the New Mexico Stars. 7:05 kickoff, Cal Farley Coliseum, Coors Light Field. Be a good time next, or gosh, I got to quit saying next. It'll be a good time this week. Come on out. We're not used to Monday night games. First and 10 for the Venom. Ball spotted on their 6-yard line. Raymond Johnson Jr. is going to be the motion man. Trip receivers on the left-hand side. Baker has all day. Deep ball coming, and it's going to be underthrown. It went behind Raymond Johnson Jr. And, almost there had him. Put a little bit of air on that one. Might have had him, but once again, it's just the timing of being here for a week as we're just underway here in the second quarter. Coach Reese, he was going for broke that time. He was going to take a deep shot down the field with his new quarterback as the play clock is already starting to run. This time quicker into the huddle as the Venom trail 21-7 here. Going left to right now on your radio now, wearing the white road jerseys tonight. Trimmed in black, red letters, black stripes going down the side of the jerseys as Johnson Jr. is your motion man looking, firing is Baker. He has a wide open Raymond Johnson Jr. who's going to get close to the first down and then gang tackled by a whole pack of Bandits. Looks like led by DeMarcus James. 5 or 6 guys were on him there, and now it's going to bring up another huge third down. We're going to call it third and about a half a yard. Nice pass that time, and that's something that's encouraging. Raymond Johnson Jr., here's your motion man. He ran his man off, and then he sort of sat down, and Baker found him in that little curl zone as he's going to be faced with the third down and short. 3rd and 1 now. Christian Cafflish has entered the ball game, the big, tall wide receiver out of Texas A&M. He's your motion man, and a quick handoff to Shaka Harris, and Shaka saw the hole then. Nice job that time by Shaka as he's going to get the first down. He started running to his right side. The whole line sort of collapsed, and Shaka quickly cut from right to left, and he's going to gain about 2 yards and get a Ryan O'Neal first down. And that's going to bring the ball out to about the 17-yard line. So, Baker on his 3rd offensive possession now has the Venom with another first down, and the play clock down to 14. The game clock at 12:56. Cafflish going to be your motion man. And he's going to be a full head of steam as Baker almost dropped the snap. Now throws high, and a great catch by Cafflish. And he's going to gain about 7. Great catch that time by the 6'3" receiver out of Texas A&M University. Cafflish, he went up tall and got it. And now Williams enters the ball game for him, but nice job by Christian that time. He was the motion man. He sort of ran about an 8-yard curl route, and Baker is able to deliver. And now the ball sits directly at midfield at the 12:20 mark here in the second quarter. Points are a necessity right here for the Venom. 21-7 they trail. Now, they will get the ball back after halftime, so that is a big plus. As Johnson Jr.'s in motion man, Baker Fake pitch that time to Harris, and a wide open Craig Fulton Jr. He's going to have the first down and then some all the way inside the Coors Light red zone to call it the 7-yard line. And how about that play call by Julian Reese? They faked the sweep left to Shaka Harris, a play that they've ran a couple times tonight. The entire Bandit defense screamed that way. Baker reversed out and hit Craig Fulton Jr. right on the wall, and he's going to gain what's going to look like about 19 yards. So now it's 1st and goal. Shaka Harris with the quick pitch, and he's going to get nothing. One of the trends that we've shown is anytime we go no huddle, it's normally a run, and you got to wonder if that's something that SanAngelo picked up on there because the whole defense screamed that way. That's the play we just faked right before, and the Bandit defense was all over that one. So 2nd and goal, ball still spotted at we're going to call the 7-yard line. Play clock just set. 11:05 here in the second quarter, and the Venom have to come away with points here. You can't get in just a shootout with Angelo and spot them 20 points because they've shown they can score. They're one of the most veteran teams in the league. Play clock at 7. The Venom are going to have to hurry. Williams going to be the motion man. Play clock at 3, 2. Baker gets it off. Rolling to his right. Stops, looks, fires. Touchdown. And a great catch that time, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Darnell Williams. Nice job by – now, one official's called touchdown. One has said no. And we're going to see what the call is, and it's a touchdown. Now they're going to stop it again. We had one official say touchdown, one say not. Now we're going to say that the ball's on the ball is at the tip of the goal line. And Coach Julian Reese is asking, what are we doing? And the officials, it is what it is. It's been some controversy here in the Lone Star Football League the last couple weeks. They're going to say he's down at the 1-inch line, and now it's going to be 3rd down. And when I mean inch, I mean inch. We're talking 1-inch line. Look for big Andre Hendricks here. You got to get a big surge behind Lorenzo Murphy and Warren, and it is the big wrecking ball. And no, it's a fake to John David Baker. He fakes it to Hendricks, and then he rolls into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown, and he's hit late, and it's penalty flag on SanAngelo. That'll be taken after the kickoff, so no matter where they run the kickoff to, there's going to be a penalty, and the young quarterback has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. I said look for the wrecking ball, and everybody looked for him, and that's why Julian Reese has won back-to-back LSFL titles, because he came up with a great play call there as John David Baker, Johnny Indoor football, pulled that ball at the last second. He goes in for a touchdown, and now it's a 21-13 lead for SanAngelo. They're sorting out the penalties. Fredo Chavez has made his way into the ball game. He'll be waiting to try to tie the ball, or try to cut it to 7 points here. Cash will be the holder. Eric Waltz, the snapper. So Fredo Chavez out of West Texas A&M and Paladuro High School, waiting on the snap. It's a wobbly snap, but Kaflish gets it down, and Fredo absolutely drills it. Lorenzo Murphy comes limping off, and that's not what you want to see with one of those big linemen that are pushing the way up there. But the Venom have cut it to 7. 21-14, the Venom trail here, but they're coming back. You come back with us. Take a quick timeout on the car. Right back to action as Fredo Chavez sends one down to about the 3-yard line, and that's where Cashmere's going to have it. And he's got a wide open head of steam. But remember, this is where the penalty's going to come into play, and he's going to be tackled by Fredo Chavez at the 10-yard line, and the kickoff coverage is just horrendous. for the Venom so far tonight. 2 huge breakdowns on special teams have been big plays in this game so far. So remember here, the penalty's got to be assessed. So now they'll assess the penalty. The ball got all the way down to about the 8-yard line. So now it's going to be the personal foul from the touchdown when Baker was hit late in the end zone. So now the ball's going to be spotted at the 17-yard line. But terrible coverage on special teams. They're running through us like water on special teams. Got to get better. So here we go. Defense going to be asked to make a stop here as it's a 21-14 lead for SanAngelo. Luke Collis, he's been not perfect so far tonight as he's looking to his left, and the ball's going to be tipped and batted away by big Kevin Myers. Kevin Myers now, this guy, he's an interesting story. He's coming in a defensive end here to get some of those big hands up. He goes about 6'5", 340, and that's what he just did. He got his hands up in the air, and he got one of those big mitts on it. But Kevin Myers is one of the coolest guys you're going to ever get to know. I spent some time. The Venom, we made the trip over to Fritch this week to help out with the fire victims and go see the kids. And I rode with Myers, and we started talking music. What's your favorite artist, I asked him, of all time? I'll give you the answer right after this play here. It's 2nd down and 10. Edwards, the motion man, is Collis. Looks to his left, now to right, has running room. Quick throw, and almost intercepted by Levante Jackson. Jackson should have caught that, but, boy, he reached, and it just bounced off his hands. But now SanAngelo's faced with their first 3rd down of the ball game at the 8:55 mark. So we're talking to Kevin Myers. We're on the short trip to Fritch. What's your favorite artist? And a couple other players were at this. Arthur was with us, and so was, DJ Brashears was with us, some of those guys. Myers' favorite artist? John Lennon. And you talk about a guy that got excited about the lyrics. He did. Here we go. 3rd down now and 10. Collis looking, dropping, firing, wide open. And it's going to be caught for a 1st down in front of DeAndre Barner. And that's going to be a nice pass by Collis. And it looks like Thomas is going to come up with the catch this time. Johnny Thomas going to get a 1st down. So 3rd down for SanAngelo, and they're able to come in and make the play there. As DeAndre Barner, now he's a rookie. He's playing his first indoor game. The speed of the game is fast, and you know, these, like I said, used to be a lot of these players from Abilene now in SanAngelo are one of the most veteran team in the league. So Edwards, he's going to be the motion man, and it's a quick handoff inside and a nice tackle by the Venom defense led by Andre Hendricks. And that was a big man, Alex Joyner, 6'3", 310, Fort Valley State with the carry, but he goes nowhere, met in the backfield by Brown that time. And Andre Hendricks. So now 2nd down. Now, one thing that happens when you get close inside the goal line area in the Coors Light red zone, the play field really collapses. Not much room to run these routes. And they love running those routes where they run you off and they sit down on the wall. But they have one man totally uncovered out there right now as now Ron Evans Jr. slides out to cover him. Quick pitch, and it's going to be nice pursuit by the defensive line of the Venom. Levante Jackson's going to come up with the tackle, him, and looks like Ron Evans Jr. that time. And that time they sort of ran their motion man up, and it was just a quick pitch out to him. And now, just like that, at the 7-minute mark, it's 3rd down and goal. Ball on the 4-yard line. The Venom defense, remember, they've had to sort of battle back. They've won one offensive touchdown that was really a kickoff return for a touchdown, and then on back-to-back trips, they've given up touchdowns, but now their first chance to really bow their back and make a stop. High snap for the shotgun to Collis, and he is going absolutely nowhere. If we can make a tackle on him, and he throws. Intercepted! An ill-advised pass that time by Collis. He was being rushed. He rolls to his right, and the old grandpappy out there, Ron Evans Jr., he's older than I am. He really isn't. But he's one of the veteran players, and he comes up with a huge interception that time. Collis was going to run out of the shotgun. It was sort of a wildcat-looking formation. He rolls to the left. He gets blown up, so he rolls all the way back to the right. And instead of just eating it, he throws an ill-advised pass, and that's the turnover that the Venom have been looking for. So now they have a chance here at the 6:30 mark to either tie the ball game or go ahead with the 2-point conversion, and we're just looking to try to get down there and tie that thing up. Huge stop for the Venom. So John David Baker comes up with a big couple plays on offense, and now he's back in there at quarterback again. Trip receivers on the right-hand side. Williams is the motion man. Baker flushed out of the pocket. And this is where he can make you hurt, as he's going to gain about 7 yards. There was nothing there, and he stepped up in the pocket, and he's going to gain about 7. 5:56 remaining here in the first half. The Venom going left to right on your radio dial. Clock continues to run. And it looks like it's going to be Williams. Again, the motion man. Twin receivers on the right-hand side. Quick pitch out to Shaka Harris. And Shaka makes one man miss, but not the next. And he's going to be tied up about a yard short from the first down. Jeremiah Turner, call that, check that. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Jeremiah Turner that time comes up with the tackle of Shaka Harris. Play clock continues to run. Now, this is where I always talk about possessions. You know, one of the things that the Venom getting the ball back to start the second half, you want to score and you want to prevent your opponent from scoring before you get that ball back so you can get a 14-point swing. Let's see if the Venom can do that. First things first, 3rd down and 2. And it's a quarterback keeper all the way, and Baker's going to get the first down. This kid is tough. Good spot right there by the officials. Baker, quarterback keeper all the way. And then, like I said, this is the dimension we've not had this year. And John David Baker, he sort of points first down right there. And Johnny Indoor Football is making his name and his presence known. And it's not like they don't know him down here in SanAngelo. I'm up here with the SanAngelo newspaper. And a while ago, I leaned over and said, that's a tough kid. And they said he's been tough for a long time. And so we're sure enjoying him seeing wearing the red and black of Amarillo. Here we go, first down. Ryan O'Neal, first down. Trip receivers on the left-hand side. It's Cafflish. Fulton Jr., the motion man, going to be Johnson. Baker, 5-step drop. Drops, gathers, looks, throws, and fires over the outstretched hands of Cafflish. You talk about Baker and sort of the connections that go down the line of, you know, the coaching world and the football world, you know, it seems like it's huge. There's a lot of players, and there's really not. You know, Baker comes from Abilene Christian University. Head coach, Ken Collins. Ken Collins played his college ball at the University of Central Arkansas, where in 1993 I played college football at Central Arkansas. Sort of a connection there, started talking to coaches, and when we had, you know, John David and we're talking with him, it was nice to be able to talk to his college coach and Baker be able to come with some people that he actually knows. And so that was cool, and now it's fun to watch him out here playing. Quick pass out to Williams, who is met, but then big hit by both those guys. They both sort of took a step back, but it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Ball's going to be spotted at midfield. Now the clock is and can be our friend. We're going to go under the 3-minute mark here. I know Julian Reese would love to leave no time on the clock for SanAngelo. But the Venom are going to have to try to get points here. But they've shown that they're effective on their short routes, and, you know, timing is not bad being together for such a short time. So here we go. Play clock at 5. Williams going to be the motion man, and we're going to have a hard time getting this one off. Play clock at 2. Baker does it. 5-step drop, looking, pressure, steps up. This time he won't get away. He got smoked up that time, and there was no getting away. And Desmond Rayford, a guy who's been around the league for a long time, comes up with a big sack there on 3rd down. So now it's 4th down for the Venom. And your defense just made a huge stop. And you hate for them to have to go back out there if the offense gets no points. So it's going to be 4th and 12. They had to hurry that play. They still have 1 timeout remaining, and they're going to have to use it here as the play clock's down to 10. And it looks like that's what we're going to do is take a timeout. And there's no way we're going to get this one off. 6 seconds, 5. They're actually going to try to get off, and now Reese calls timeout. Good timeout taken by Julian Reese. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. 1:54 remaining in the half. 21-14, the Venom trail. It's 4th down when we return to Venom football right here on the card. They're doing it on field, so. Kenny, will you talk to me during halftime? Talk to each other. Okay. Fourth down facing the Venom and quarterback John David Baker, and it's something that he's had to deal with a couple times tonight. Already came up with one huge fourth down conversion, and can they do it here? Ball's going to be deep in their own territory, and these are the swings we talked about. You know, I was talking about trying to get a touchdown and hold them and then score the second half, and now you got to be thinking if you don't convert the fourth down here, you got to prevent them from scoring because that's almost a 14-point swing. So a huge play coming right here for the Venom. They've talked as a group the whole time. Now, play clock's running as they have not broke the huddle yet, and now they do. Play clock down to 15, fourth down coming, and what did Coach Reese dig out of the play calling chest right here? Play clock down to 6. Johnson Jr. is going to be the motion man. Baker with the snap, dropping, looking. Has time now, flushed out of the pocket, still flushed, and now this is where he can run wild. He's got a little bit of room. He's looking, throwing. He didn't get rid of it. And a face mask came in. And Baker's wondering why he didn't get a face mask call. They ripped his face mask off. And no call right in front of the official. And, wow, right in front. Got to throw it deep right there, and that'll get better. But now, you know, you got a big stop. Now you're looking at going down 28-14 if you can't keep them out here. They absolutely ripped his helmet off. Wow. 21-14, 144. He had Williams deep if he'd have got rid of it. Williams had broken off as the defender had come up to try to chase Baker, and he just couldn't get the ball. There's a lot going on there. Man, great athletic ability to escape. But now your defense has to make a stop. First down, ball at the 12-yard line. Collis drops, looks. His man fell down, and, man, we've got to make that play right there. Guy falls down, and we're nowhere near. We don't have anybody 10 yards around him. And he falls down. We're playing so soft. If they catch the ball in front of us, they're going to run 5 more yards, and they're on the 10-yard line already. We've got to pressure up right here. 1:06, and we're going to get a play, a timeout right here at the 1-minute warning, and that's what it's going to be. 1-minute warning here in San Angelo. 21-14, the Venom trail on the road. We'll take a quick timeout. Listen to Venom football on the car. (21-14), the Venom trail here at the 1-minute warning, and this is a huge time for the defense to rise up. Ron Evans Jr. had an interception on the last time out, and now the Venom defense are going to be asked to do it again here as they get the ball back after half. That's the good news, but like I said, San Angelo is a team that can score points. You hate to let them spread it out to a 14-point game. 2 possessions so far for the Venom with no points. Only 1 for San Angelo with no points as Collis looks, throws, quick bubble screen out, and then he's going to be tackled for a loss by Raymond Berry. Nice job that time by Raymond Berry. They ran the bubble screen out to Edwards, and he's going to lose about 2, and now it's 3rd down. Can we get them into the 4th down situation? Their kicking game has not been great, and we'll see what happens here. Trip receivers on the left-hand side. This is when they've loved to overload one side and come back to the other. Edwards the motion man, Collis dropping, looking, has all day, fires, cross middle, wide open. Wide open in front of 2 Venom defenders, and it's a touchdown. Makes your stomach hurt because you see it coming, and it's just what we just got through saying. Overload the left-hand side, drag one man back across, and it's a touchdown for San Angelo. Collis just has all day back there. All day. Venom defenders cannot cover for 7 and 8 seconds. You just can't do it. Got to have pressure. 27-14. Artega's been perfect so far tonight. Let's see if he can go 4-4. 29 seconds remaining here in the first half. He kicks it up, and This time it is good. 4 for 4 is Ortega, 28-14. The Venom trail, 29 seconds. We'll take a timeout right here on the car. Sorry. We had a prime opportunity then. Dadgummit. (28-14) the Venom trail. Now you're going to try to get points here before halftime. Cut it to 7. Go into half down 7 because you've learned a lot that half. I think you learned a lot about your quarterback. You learned a lot about some new players on defense, new receiver on offense, and then you get the ball back and have a chance to tie it up. First things first. Here comes the kick from Ortega left to right, and he's going to kick it deep. And Raymond Johnson Jr. is not going to get a chance, and that's going to be a penalty flag. And it's going to go out of bounds at about the 7-yard line. So good job by Ortega kicking it away. But the thing is, the ball's going to be spotted at the 20. So we've got 29 seconds to roll here. Trying to score points before halftime. You've only got, you don't have any timeouts left. So you're going to have to hustle. No timeouts for the Venom. Had to burn 2 early in the first quarter, which were good timeouts to take. Had to burn 1 right there on 4th down. And now the Venom. All 3 receivers stand with Coach Julian Reese and their quarterback. Play clock's already running, so we're going to have to hustle, okay? I'm talking like they can hear me. We're going to have to hustle as it's down to 15 seconds. They still haven't left the huddle. Down to 9. I don't know if we're going to be able to get it off or not. We're going to have to hustle. 7 seconds here on the play clock. Here we go. First down. Ball on the 20-yard line of Amarillo. Baker's able to get it off. Again, stops, looks, he has time, throws, fires, and the ball's going to fall incomplete. He had time that time, and then he had to get rid of it right at the last second as the pass protection broke down there. They got pressure on the quarterback, and we're able to make him flush the pocket a little bit. 22 seconds, still 2nd down. Baker looking at Coach Julian Reese for the call. And the play clock just started. And Raymond Johnson Jr. is going to be joined by Darnell Williams on the left-hand side. Craig Fulton Jr., the lone receiver, on the bottom. Johnson, the motion man. Baker dropping, 5-step drop. Pass protection breaks down. He gets face masked. And he is getting just beat up back there as pass protection is breaking down. And we can't do anything to help him. And now it's 3rd down. This is going to be the last play of the first quarter. It's just taking too long back there, and that's it. Not going to get this play off. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and that's the end of the half. Baker goes down with back-to-back sacks almost here at the end of the first half, 28-14. The Venom having a hard time getting anything going tonight. It's sort of been the story of the season. Just it's tough to start all over and over again. 28-14, the Venom trail. Took a little time out here on the car. We'll come back a little halftime show. Going to talk to my man Kenny DeGuntz back in the studio. The owner of 806 Sports, the fans' voice. Get a little update what's going on 806. 18 minutes for halftime. We'll kick a quick timeout. 28-14, the Venom trail. Listen to Venom football in the car. Kenny, I didn't go anywhere. We can take a couple more. Perfect. Lance told me to tell you hi. Lance Leinert. Lance Leinert told me to tell you hi. He said, Carlo's a pretty good guy. Nah, we're not going to talk about him. We just can't turn the ball over. We got to protect our quarterback.
I know the other guy that was always radio said he never gets stats from anyone, so if you want to use it, feel free. I'm just writing the score.
28-14, the Venom Trail here in San Angelo, Texas tonight. In the first half of football that, saw the Venom struggle on special teams and fight and be a little scrappy on offense and came up with a turnover on defense that just couldn't put it all together. But the good news is 28-14, they're about to get the football back here. So now it's time to settle in, go for a drive, get that score, and then you start putting the pressure a little bit on San Angelo to keep that distance. And so we'll see if the Venom can do that here to start the second half. I'm going to now talk a little sports with my man Kenny DeGuntz. Kenny from the 806 Sports Network, or 806 Sports. He, you hear every day right here on 1440 AM, or not right here, we're on the car right now, but on 1440 AM. Kenny, I know you guys are having fun with the show. Is it everything that you've wanted it to be? I know, how long are you in so far? Does that blow you away that it's been 9 months that fast? I tell you what, the other day I have to, part of my job, I'm around in a lot of different towns. And I was in Vegas, Texas the other day and walked into the subway there, and guess what they had on the radio? 806 Sports. So, your reach is really far out there. I know you guys track that. You were telling me, you're rating above radio stations that blow people's mind. Right. Yeah, and, we're so lucky in our area. People think of the Panhandle and think we're so far out here and separated from everywhere else in the state. But our high school sports teams, our college sports teams, and, even the pro sports team, it's been a successful run here for the Panhandle. Yeah. Tascosa girls wrestling, yeah, Yeah, it's been great to see the success for everything in our area. And you know what else is neat? And I know this is something, we as the Venom, we're fortunate enough to have a lot of, sports media coverage. But what I like about our area up here, it doesn't matter whether it's your group at 806. It doesn't matter if it's Lance and the guys for AGN. It doesn't matter if it's Lee Baker and their crew, or Michael, or Jacob, or Matt, or all those guys. What I like is they all get along. They like each other, and it's really cool how everybody works together with this deal. One. He'll start. The pressure is going to be there. But, I think, you talk about Johnny football, they're not going to start him the first, or what exhibition game. How many are they gone to now? Is it 4 still? Or is it still at 5? Is 4? I can't remember if it's at 4 or 5 now. But, he's not going to get that start. And they're going to work him into it. And what's going to happen is, and I know, he's going to be Johnny football in preseason. And I don't know if they're going to be able to sit him. I don't know. It'll depend. Now, Cleveland, who do they start with? Like Pittsburgh or somebody? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Of course, it's going to be a circus, just sort of like the Tebow deal was. But, what? I don't know. Thinking as an owner, do I want to set my other guy up for that? Because I'm going to tell you what, right now, he may go off and play extremely well, and if he does, how do you ever get the guy that's going to make you the most money that the end result's probably going to be the same on the field? Let me ask you this. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan and you just bought tickets, are you paying tickets? And NFL tickets, $1.25 a piece. Are you paying that to watch Brian Hoyer? Yeah, that's right. Well, I tell you what, a good fit for the new Johnny Arena or indoor football is John David Baker, who's playing well tonight. He's, having some learning, bumps in the road that, it's game 6. These other guys have had 6 weeks under their belt. He's sort of thrown to the wolves, and he's a tough guy playing well. We're going to talk more about him. Let's take another Aqua One water break, because anytime you talk as much as me, I get thirsty, Kenny. So we'll take a quick timeout here. Venom Trail 28-14 on the road in SanAngelo tonight. More with Kenny Nagunst of the 806 Sports and Toby Tucker here on the car. Okay. You're good. We'll go one more little segment, and then we'll take another timeout. We got 4 minutes left in half. I'm ready whenever. (28-14), the AmarilloVenom trail here on the road tonight against the SanAngelo Bandits. And really, this game is huge because you can either be in second place tonight with the win, or you can be in fourth with the loss. So it's one way or the other. Of course, the playoff scenario for the Lone Star Football League, top 3 teams get in with the number 1 seed, automatically moving on to the championship game. 2 and 3 will play to see who's going to have the honor of playing that game. So right now, if the Venom are able to get a win, they're going to be in great position. A loss is going to make them have to do some work. More work's going to happen next, or this. I keep saying next. It's this Saturday night, as the Venom are going to take on the New Mexico Stars at home, Cal Farley Coliseum. There's no place like home. And I'm going to tell you what, Venom fans, you're going to want to get out there, get your ticket. It's supposed to be raining. That puts everybody in a great mood in the Texas Panhandle. And you're going to want to come see John David Baker. This guy is something else to watch. He's going to have another week under his belt, and he is exciting to watch for the Venom. He's going to have a big second half here, I have a feeling, as we get ready to play. Kenny, you guys, with the 8:06, as we get ready to wrap up the halftime show here, what do you have? Summertime's coming, and I know things slow down, so what's the plan for summertime? Awesome. Right. Yeah, and you know what? Well, it's hard to believe that we're almost to June. I mean, school's out in 2 weeks. They're out of school next Monday, and then they wrap it up Friday. I mean, that's it. I can't believe it, all them crying mamas. And I'm going to have one next year because we have one going to kindergarten. And, Kenny, I just realized I'm going to be like 50-something years old when this kid graduates high school. Right. Yeah. Well, and I tell you what, if it's raining, like it says, you might have to be like a man in a boat and paddle up there because it hasn't rained so long. Who knows when we're going to, see rain like this again. It's supposed to be like the wettest place in the nation this weekend. You're not going to be able to get outside, so where do you need to go? The greatest show on turf, AmarilloVenom football. And we're ready. Thanks, Kenny, for hanging out with me at halftime. We're going to keep it right here. The Venom trail 28-14. And a guy that's yet to get his hands on the ball, and there's good reason for that on a kickoff return, is Raymond Johnson Jr. We'll see if Ortega kicks it to him here as they tee it up to start the second half. Ortega is going to be kicking from left to right on your radio dial, or if you're watching on the American One Network back home, and they're going to kick it away. And it's going to be Craig Fulton Jr. who's going to scoop it up at the 15-yard line. Makes the first man miss, and now he's got a chance. Out past midfield to the 15, to the 10. Makes another one miss. 10, and inside the 5-yard line is Craig Fulton Jr., and you couldn't ask for a better start to the first half as he takes it all the way from the 15 down to the 5-yard lines where they're going to spot it. So first and goal inside Coors Light red zone for John David Baker. He's played his first half of professional football. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns, and from what I can tell you, this kid's tough. You want to watch this kid play because he can make exciting things happen with his arm and with his feet. Play clock already a factor here. It is just being set absolutely quick, and it's already under 9 seconds. 6 seconds on the play clock. Trip receivers on the left-hand side. Play clock down to 3. We're going to have to hurry. Going to have to snap it now. He gets it out. Quick bubble screen to Raymond Johnson Jr., and he's going to go nowhere. Play never had a chance from the beginning because we couldn't get set. And that's what you hate to see is Raymond Johnson Jr. just went into the wall with that hip, and now he is hobbling. And he's on at midfield sort of stretching it out, and he's looking to come. And it looks like Ron Evans Jr. is going to come give him a breather, and that is a bad sign. And he is not able to make his way to the bench even. But now the play clock's down to 13 seconds as Ron Evans Jr. jumps into the ballgame. And you can't have to buzz the timeout right here, but you can't blow plays. 4 seconds on the play clock. Second down and goal for the Venom. Williams, the motion man. He's going to be who they're going to look for. Baker looking. Now he runs. Makes another man miss, and he's going to be down to about the 4-yard line. So now it's third down and goal. Third down and goal for Venom. 2 plays in a row that really never had a chance to get going. We got to get points here. You got to have them. Play clock's already going. And so now Baker's standing alongside Julian Reese at about the 15-yard line. Tick, 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 tick. 28-14, the Venom Trail. 13:07 remaining here in the third quarter, just underway in the second half. In SanAngelo, Texas tonight at Foster Communications Coliseum. Play clock already down to 5 on third down. Oh, my goodness. Going to have to hustle. Can't get lined up. And it's going to be a quick penalty flag. And now we're going to get backed up. And it's just so frustrating to watch when you can't get lined up and you got first and goal inside the 5-yard line and you can't get the play off. Delay of game is going to be called on the Venom. And now they're backed up to the 9-yard line. We're giving away golden opportunities. 12:47 remaining here in the third. 28-14, the Venom Trail. Play clock already down to 17. The Venom yet to make their way to the huddle. It's just taking a long time to get the play in. And then once you get it in, you're having to rush. Nobody's getting set up. Don't have time to take that middle note. And Williams still doesn't know the play. Play down to 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and we don't get it off. And penalty flags fly, and it's another penalty flag. So what went from first and goal at the 5 is now third and goal at the 14, and that'll make you pull your hair out. And we're saying we got to hustle. We've got to move quicker here. We've got to move quicker. So now the Venom going the wrong way here. 28-14, and they're going to have something special here. Now the play clock starts. Took a long time for that time to start. Now we've got plenty of time to get the play. Williams going to be your motion man. He's joined by Cafflish on the left-hand side. Craig Fulton Jr. up top. Third down and goal, but ball's at the 15-yard line. Baker now running. Now makes another man miss, throws. And Fulton Jr. sort of stepped and waited on the ball to come to him, and the guy stepped in front of him at the last second. Had he met the ball, he might have had a chance to make that completion. And now Coach Julian Reese says enough of that. We're going to try to kick it. So they're going to line up and kick a field goal here with Fredo Chavez. Another missed opportunity for the Venom. A fumble inside the 15, and now a first and goal at the 5, and you get hopefully 3 out of it tonight. 32-yard field goal coming for Fredo Chavez. He was good from right about here in the first half as he had to make an extra point at this distance. Snaps a little slow and low. Kick is on the way, and he makes it. Kick is good, so the bleeding stops a little bit. 28-17, the Venom cut the lead to 11. 11:22 remaining in the third quarter. Defense has to make a stop here. Listen to Venom Football in the car. Chavez with the kick, and here's where we've had trouble on special teams. And Edwards is going to pick it up, and he's out past his 20 and going to be tackled by Ron Evans Jr. in midfield alongside Shaka Harris. So Gary Edwards gets the return, and now the Venom defense have to make a stop here. 28-17, the Venom trail. (28-17). Now, ball's going to be spotted directly at midfield. And the Venom defense, they've had one big turnover they came up with tonight, but again, the offense was unable to turn that into points. The only stop they've made so far tonight of SanAngelo is Collis has been really perfect except for that one ill-advised pass. He's dropping here, 5-step drop, has all day, lobs it over the top of Raymond Berry, who absolutely mauled the guy and got away with it. I'm the guy who call you out when I think that we got gypped right there. We got away with one. Raymond Berry came over the back of Lawan Edwards and sort of grabbed him by the belt loop, no penalty flag, and we got away with one. So here we go. Good play on first down. We'll take incompletions all day long. As it's second down and 10 left to right on your radio dial. Goes SanAngelo wearing the black pants, the silver helmet, the green jerseys with white and black trim. As Edwards is the motion man. Quick pass wide open is, again, Gary Edwards. There's two Edwards on the field. He's going to be tackled by Raymond Berry after a gain of about 8. So that'll move the chains. Now it's 3rd down and 2. Big 3rd down coming for the Venom. We're backed up, so doggone deep. They throw it, and it just every pass is underneath. They're taking some long shots, but mainly they're working the underneath routes. And we're backed up so deep. Anytime you catch one, they're going to gain 8 yards before we even get to them. So 28-17. Fredo Chavez with the field goal. Gary Edwards, the motion man. Twin receivers on the left-hand side. Collis dropping, looking. Throws a quick pass intercepted by, and then dropped by Andre Hendricks. Andre Hendricks had it in his hands and then just flat out dropped it on 4th, and now it goes to 4th down. I mean, we cannot catch a break. In his hands. He would have probably ran untouched to the end zone. They try to run a pass to the tight end. Hendricks gets his hands on it, and then it just fell to the turf. And now it's 4th down. Can you make another stop? Venom defense. Pressure has been the key. Collis drop, looking, throwing, wide open, and probably going to be brought in all the way to the 4-yard line. So you fight, you scrap, you work, you drop an interception, and it just kills you. You cannot miss opportunities. As a young football team on the road in SanAngelo, and Raymond Berry made the tackle, and his helmet came off, so he'll have to come out for one play. And Craig Fulton Jr. steps in at his spot. But now it's 1st and goal inside the 4, and SanAngelo's threatening to go up even further in the ball game. Quick pitch outside, and he's going to be tackled for a gain of about 2. Levante Jackson from the University of Alabama comes up with that tackle. That was big Alex Joyner, who goes 310 pounds on the quick pitch. He's going to gain about 3, and now it's 2nd down. Ball's going to be spotted outside the 1-yard line. 28-17, here we go. 2nd down and goal, left to right on your radio dial. 8:06 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Cashmere, the motion man, goes all the way from the left-hand side to the right. Now penalty flags fly, and it's going to be false start against SanAngelo. They have a mental breakdown, and they're going to be back up 5 yards here. So that's going to help the Venom here. as they back them up just a little bit. Once again, remember, it's really close once you get down inside the Coors Light red zone, and that's where they are now inside the 10-yard line. But they've been they love running those underneath routes. Let's see if they'll run one here. Trip receivers, all of them on the left-hand side. This is where they like to drag one man back across the middle. And that time, the Venom does a nice job, and they're going to come away with a big sack. Brown comes up with a huge sack. Nice job of the Venom corners that time, jamming them at the line of scrimmage. And Collis is going to be sacked all the way back to the 19-yard line. So how about the Venom defense right here? Almost came up with an interception. Give up a play all the way down inside the goal line almost, all the way to the 1. And now they've backed them up to 3rd and goal from the 19. These are those backbreakers. Can you make a stop? DeAndre Bonner makes his way into defense. Remember, he's a rookie. It's his first arena game. He's matched up with a longtime Edwards. And how about Bonner coming up and making a tackle? They threw it outside to Gary Edwards, and Bonner checked his man, left him, comes up, and makes a stop. So now it's 4th down and goal. The ball is going to be spotted at the 16-yard line. Mark this down as a huge play here in the ball game tonight. If the Venom defense can make this stop, that would be huge. If they fail to make it, it's one of those things that just crushes a young football team. Here we go. Collis under center. Has a motion man. It's Gary Edwards dropping. Pressure coming by Brown. Deep pass in the back of the end zone, wide open. And there's the play we talk about. A young team, and they give up a 4th and goal. DeAndre Bonner with the coverage, and LaJuan Edwards makes the touchdown. It makes me want to go vomit in my drink. 34-17. What a huge swing. You hold them there, you go score, and you're looking at 28-24. Instead, now you give up a 4th down, and it's 34-17, getting picked apart. Ortega, who missed $1 million last week, he's been perfect tonight. Sort of the story of the season. Get everybody's best effort. Let's see if we get his again to go 4 for 4, and he drills it. Check that, 5 for 5. 35-17. It's an emotional game. You're listening to it right here on the car. Huh? It does. I don't know if you've seen the video on YouTube of the little bouncy balls with people in it on a basketball court. Like you physically get in the ball. That's what they've got here in SanAngelo tonight, and they're pretty cool. Pretty cool deal. If you're watching on the American One Network, you're able to see what I'm talking about. These guys just went and bounced all around. Something's bouncing around that score, 35-17, the Venom Trail. Boy, howdy, huge opportunity just then. Missed an interception that was in our hands. Give up a 4th down and 19. And now you're down 35-17. Ortega set to kick off, going left to right on your radio dial. Johnson Jr. back deep, and that's a good sign. Raymond Johnson Jr. had to leave the last possession, and now, you talk about it. The Venom were able to run back the kickoff before to the 5-yard line, come away with a field goal. Could have been a tie ball game. Man, it just kills you. Here we go. 35-17. Ortega puts his foot into it. He sort of takes a chip shot, bounces around, and this time it's going to be Raymond Johnson Jr. 1 yard deep in his end zone. Makes one man miss, and then not the second. He's tackled at the 8-yard line, and it looks like that time it's Greg Yeldell who comes up with the tackle. And I don't think Raymond Johnson Jr. still feels good from that hit he took into the wall. He got up slowly then, and that's just a guy, when you got young quarterback, a brand-new receiver out there, you can't afford to not have him out there. DJ Brashears is injured. He's back at home. Had an ankle injury against New Mexico. Hopefully get him back next week. But, boy, you can't afford to lose Raymond Johnson Jr. 35-17, the Venom Trail. 5:51 remaining here in the third quarter. Twin receivers on the left-hand side. It's going to be Williams is the motion man. He's got a full head of steam, and Baker dropped the snap, fumble, picks it up, fires it to Raymond Johnson Jr., and that's how tough that guy is. He's going to have a catch and a gain of 9 yards. Raymond Johnson Jr. is a guy, if you start looking at folks, if you're like, I want him on my football team, or if you're a father out there of a boy, you start going, there's kids that you want your guys to play, your sons to play like, that's one right there, because that guy plays hard. West Texas A&M University played for the Venom, MVP of the 2012 Lone Star Football League Championship, and he's giving it all he has here. Gain of 8, second down, we're going to call it 2. Play clock down to 10. It's going to be twin receivers on the left-hand side, Williams, and looks like Cafflish will be the motion man. Baker bobbles the snap again. Cafflish is there in the middle, and he overthrows him. He just missed him that time. Baker knew it. He shook his head. He had Cafflish wide open out past midfield. And now it goes to third down, and we're going to call it 2 still as the clock ticks under the 4.5-minute mark. Here's the Venom Trail 35-17. A lot of football to be played, but just struggling on offense. That's what's going to come with the timing. But, you got to make your stops when you have those opportunities on defense. You know you got a young quarterback tonight. You know you got new receivers tonight. And now the Venom are going to have to burn another timeout. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 4:15 remaining in the third. 35-17, the Venom Trail in SanAngelo. You listen to it on the card. Venom had to burn a timeout there at the 4:15 mark in the third quarter. Their first timeout of the second half as they trail 35-17. Here on the road in SanAngelo tonight, Monday Night Football in the Lone Star Football League. Nice little crowd came out to the Foster Communications Coliseum, as this is a big third down here for the Venom. Shaka Harris in the backfield. It's Craig Fulton Jr., the motion man, and he sort of runs into John David Baker. It was a run all the way to him, and we're going to see where the spot is, and they say first down. So good pass, good play, good pickup. It was a handoff. Fulton Jr. was the motion man. He came from about the 5-yard line. John David Baker turned around, handed it off to him, and he got the first down. And that's huge. Move those chains and then give yourself a chance to go again. You wonder if you've seen the last of Raymond Johnson Jr. tonight, your most explosive receiver, as he's still on the sidelines. So Darnell Williams is going to be asked to really step up here tonight. Receiver who came out of Laredo last year, and that's a pass intercepted for a touchdown. Austin Benson jumped out of the box that time. John David Baker threw it right to him and hit him right in the numbers, and it's going to go from bad to worse real quick here tonight as we are not able to put points on the board. And Baker's getting plastered back there, but the hit came after the throw. The throw was just ill-advised. He just threw it out there. Linebacker jumped out of the box, and it's a 41-17 lead for SanAngelo. Venom struggles continue here tonight on the road. Had flashes at times of, you can see really some good things, maybe some good things to come as we start here in the second part of the season, as now snaps back on the ground, and this is where, you're just like, can anything go good for you? And the answer is no. Lamont Edwards rolls around, finds a big offensive lineman in the very back of the end zone, throws it up, and he's going to catch it. And that's salt in the wounds. Alex Joyner comes up with the 2-point conversion. And they're jumping and dancing in SanAngelo, and I don't blame them. We're going to take a timeout. They've got a media timeout on the field, so a 1-minute timeout for the Venom. You're listening to Venom Football on the card. 43-17, the Venom trail here in SanAngelo tonight. They've got still some on-fields going. The cute old kids bouncing around. That's what you can do. You come to the Venom game next Saturday night. Cal Farley Coliseum as the Venom will take on the New Mexico Stars. And a good job by SanAngelo's. That looks like Greg Yeldale. You love it when players get involved. Picked up an old kid, took him halfway across the line. And that's one thing about the indoor football game is you get to see these players up close and personal. And all these guys are so great with kids. And that's going to be about pride for the Venom as this one's starting to get away from them. They trail 43-17. And what was, it's a game of momentum. They lose the fourth down pass for a touchdown when they are trying to make a stop. It's 4th and 19, and SanAngelo comes up with it. If the Venom make that stop, they're able to go score and cut to a 4-point game. Doesn't happen. They score a touchdown now, a pick six. It's 43-17. And the Venom are going to have to try to dig deep here to really soul search. We're going to find out in the next 18 minutes what type of men you've got and who really wants to go hard. This guy does, Craig Fulton Jr. He's out past midfield. He's going to go all the way inside, bandit territory to the 23-yard line. Craig Fulton Jr., one of the leaders on the team, really plays hard. He's sort of become a vocal leader as well, helping the young guys through. It is a brand-new young football team and been faced with a little bit of adversity this year, and you got to have leaders like Craig Fulton Jr., and he does a good job. Christian Cafflish now coming into the game at quarterback, and it makes you wonder what happened to John David Baker if he got beat up on that last play. He was on his back a little bit, and he's out of the ball game, and he may be done. We'll try to get an injury report on him if we can. It's Christian Cafflish, San Antonio Madison, out of Texas A&M University, under center at quarterback. Big, tall, good, 6'5" looking kid, throws it up. His first pass is going to be a touchdown if we catch it, and he did. No, they're going to call it incomplete. Darnell Williams had a chance just then, and it was a good ball by Cafflish. Big fade route up top. And Williams had a chance to go get it, got sort of pushed out of the back of the end zone, and it's going to be called incomplete. So how about Cafflish coming in and not wasting any time, being conservative? He takes a big shot down the field. And just almost had him one then. Cafflish came into the New Mexico game, threw a touchdown pass late, did a nice job. Came in this year. He was actually brought into the area by Coach Don Cartful at West Texas A&M University. Worked with quarterbacks after his playing days at A&M were over. Now finds himself, after an open tryout, part of the AmarilloVenom football team. We've enjoyed having him around this year. Cafflish drops, fires, throws. Great catch by Darnell. It's going to be a gain of about 6. And it'll bring up third downs. Cafflish, it's good to always get that first completion. And now I'm trying to look down on the sidelines where our training crew is and try to get a visual on John David Baker, but can't find him or our trainer Nathan Johnson. So we'll try to get you an update here at the quarter. So here we go, 43-17 the Venom trail. 1:22 remaining here in the third quarter. Cafflish under center. Craig Fulton Jr., the motion man. Quick throw up top and then dropped by Ron Evans Jr. Hit him right in the numbers and he dropped it. Cafflish made a nice pass that time. Would have been good for a first down, and that's sort of the story of this ball game night. Then I'm just having a hard time. Coach Winfred Hogan, look him up, Google him. Longtime football coach at Clyde, Texas. He was a legend there back in the 70s and really was a guy that was a go-getter, but he always said football is a game of inches. And, you think about that, it's just amazing how many quick plays in a game can change the entire composure of what you're dealing with. And that was one of those now. Fourth down for Cafflish and the Venom. Wide open is Williams in the back of the end zone. Cafflish finds him, touchdown. Nice job that time by Christian Cafflish. Wide open was Williams. He came up and gave him a big hands up in the air. And how about Cafflish coming in and throwing a touchdown pass? The Venom have cut the lead to 20. They can make it a 19-point game here with a field goal by Chavez. But nice job that time. Darnell Williams getting his first touchdown as a member of the AmarilloVenom football team, and Christian Cafflish with another touchdown pass. Fredo Chavez set to kick. And the kick is up and good. Chavez drills it. 43-24, 19-point lead for SanAngelo. 22 seconds remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to Venom Football on the car. Yeah, you can put it in, or I can say it. Either way, we got time. You even see him down there? You see him down there anywhere? 43-24, the Venom Trail here on the road. 22 ticks remaining. Tick, 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 tick. It's probably the final play of the third quarter, actually, as the clock will start running after the Fredo Chavez kick. He drills it, and it's caught in the air. And Benson actually catches it at about the 18-yard line, takes it down inside the 15, all the way to the 13-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. So the Bandits are going to have great field position, 1st and 10 inside the Venom. We're going to say it's inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. And again, the clock's going to run here, so they might get one play, but probably this is the final play of the third. I mean, it took a long time to set the ball in. I mean, it's been like set instantly when we've been up there. And they're going to get one more play off. 8 seconds here on the game clock as Luke Collis is under center. 2-1. He's not going to get it off. And that's the final play of the third quarter. We've played 3 here in San Angelo. 43-24, the Bandits lead. 19 points down. It's been done before. It can happen fast in the indoor game. We'll see how fast. Listen to Venom football on the card. Okay, we got. You can do another one, Kenny. Yeah, they're doing it on field. Short one. Played 45 minutes of football here in San Angelo, and the Venom have shown some bright spots tonight and then had a couple of just misses, and it's the just misses that you can think of that are really the difference in the ball game. The 19 points for the Venom early in the ball game had a fumbled snap, and then they actually got an interception and then were unable to turn that into points, which turned into points for Angelo. A kickoff return for a touchdown, a 4th down conversion for San Angelo. So it's just the little things that have caused the Venom to be a 19-point deficit tonight. And the Venom players we're one man short still, and we're gonna have to burn it. We're gonna have a penalty flag. We come out of the half, and that's what's frustrating. We come out of the timeout, and we don't have enough men on the field. And so Amarillo's gonna have to burn another timeout, and that's one that just makes you scratch your head. You know, you just had a timeout. Try to come back to the field and have all 8 out there, and the Venom are standing there. Coach Julian Reese making his way to the field now, and he's going to find out what's going on. Oh, now penalty flags are going to fly, and we're going to see what the call is going to be on. I don't know if it's on Coach Reese coming out. It's a timeout. So we'll see what the penalty flag is. No one's yelling or screaming down there, so we're going to see what the call is. 43-24. John David Baker started at quarterback for the Venom today. And last possession, he was knocked out. Christian Cafflish came in, promptly threw a touchdown. So good to see Cafflish have some success there. But you've seen some really bright spots from John David Baker tonight. Hope he's okay. So no explanation on the penalty. And we're going to see what the call is. Still no explanation. And Joe Brandon, he's talking to the officials. Coach Julian Reese talking to them. Still no call. So I think they're going to wave off the penalty flag possibly, since there's not been a call made yet. Let's see. It's first down and 10 for SanAngelo. All the flags were picked up. Starting the fourth quarter. Twin receivers on the right-hand side. And it's Cashmere who's going to go all the way from the left to the right. That's where he loves to run that backside route. And that's exactly what they're running. Throws out, quick pass. Nice job by Raymond Berry. Nice tackle. Quick pass out to LaJuan Edwards, and Berry was right there like Spider-Man on him. He put him in that web and ate him up. So second down, now 5, but a nice open field tackle that time by Raymond Berry. Collis comes in, and he's been spot on tonight. 14:34 remaining here in the ball game. 43-24, the Venom Trail. They've got to make another defensive stop. Try to chip back into this one here. Edwards the motion man, and Collis, 3-step drop. Quick pass, looking, now rolls to his right. Still looking, pressure coming by Hendricks. Hendricks lays up, and it's a touchdown pass in the back of the end zone in between 3 Venom defenders. Raymond Berry, Mike Maldonado, and Ron Evans Jr. So all look at each other as it goes right into the end zone for Johnny Thomas. Has a touchdown catch. It's a 49-24 lead for the Bandits. 14-13 remaining here in the fourth in the ball game. Losing my mind. 49-24. Here comes Ortega, who missed a bushel of kicks last week, and he finally missed one tonight, but no avail. He missed 8 last week. He's missed 1 now, 49-24. The Bandits lead. We'll take a quick timeout. Just underway in the fourth quarter here on the card. I tried to get an update, and I couldn't get one. (49-24) the Venom Trail here on the road in SanAngelo tonight. Art Ortega getting set to kick it off, going right to left in the radio dial. And good to see Raymond Johnson Jr. back into the ball game. I've said that a couple times as he's sort of gone out and come back in, but he is one tough cookie, and they're going to kick it. And Raymond Berry's going to take it at the 20-yard line. He's past midfield, and then he's absolutely horse collar, and he's still on his feet. He's still running. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds, they're going to say, about the 18-yard line. So Berry makes his way down inside the 20-yard line. Nice heads-up play. Caught it on the Venom 20. Got a quick 11 yards. And now Christian Cafflish back into the ballgame. So we've probably seen the last of John David Baker for tonight. So Cafflish, you can go do a YouTube or a Google search on Christian Cafflish. You're going to like what you see. San Antonio Madison in high school. Played in the Army All-American game. Went to Texas A&M University. Of course, everybody knows the story about sort of they had a lost identity for a while there at A&M, and sort of a quarterback carousel ended with Tannehill, but Cafflish, a guy that got some playing time, and now he's here, and you can see the mechanics are there as he's got a big arm and can do some things with his feet, and he rolls to his right that time, throws, and it's just tipped out of bounds in front of Craig Fulton Jr. right about the 10-yard line. And Fulton Jr. is holding that left arm down by his side, and he was reached over the rail, and he sort of got pinned against the rail that time. And, you know, that rail, that pad's, that wall's tough. You know, people that have played outside in a lot of space for a lot of years, you get a hold of that wall, and it's tough. So here we go, 12:45 remaining in the ball game. 49-24, the Venom Trail. Darnell Williams, big receiver, just caught a touchdown pass last time out. That's who Catholic is looking at. He pump fakes. Now he's in trouble, throws it, and it's intercepted. Catholic was pressured that time, and he threw an ill-advised pass. Now Raymond Johnson Jr. is on the ground again. And we're a beat-up team. We've been beat up all year already. And this doesn't help at all. SanAngelo, a team that went on the road last week to Rio Grande Valley, had Rio Grande Valley on the ropes. And there was the big controversial fourth timeout that Rio got. They scored with the last 7 seconds of the ball game and got them a win over SanAngelo. And the Bandits, you can see why they're one of the top. They're going to fall into second place if this stays like it is tonight, as Edwards is in motion. Collis, who's been just about perfect, throws one there right over the head of Cashmere. Collis went out. Cashmere went post that time. A little miscommunication by the quarterback-receiver duo, but those two have been tough. And we talk about veteran teams. Coach Joe Brennan was the head coach of the Abilene Rough Riders the past couple years. I say Rough Riders. They were Rough Riders in 2012. They were the Abilene Bombers in 2013, sort of rebranded themselves. That team's still in Abilene, but laying dormant this year, not playing the season. Brannon, swooped up by Randy Sanders, owner of SanAngelo, makes his way to SanAngelo and sort of brought the Abilene team with him. And you can tell they played together, and running down the field untouched is Baker, and he is going to be missed. It was Johnny Thomas. Check that. He was wide open. He had snuck through on a slant. He was wide open and just got free. So 11:31 remaining here in the ball game. The Venom trailing on the road in SanAngelo, Texas. And now they're going to say that Amarillo had an illegal blitz that time. And so instead of being third down, it's going to be first down, automatic first down there. So the ball goes inside Venom territory, out past midfield, down to the 20-yard line. 49-24. 11:26 remaining here in the ball game. SanAngelo trying to add to the 19-point lead. No lead is safe in the indoor football game. Points can just happen quickly. Collis, pump fake, steps up in the pocket, throws, fires behind Lawan Edwards. Edwards is running the post route that time, but that's the difference. Our quarterbacks tonight, quite frankly, have been put on the ground a lot. Collis, one sack tonight, and the one time he was pressured, he threw the ill-advised pass, and it was an interception. Take a quick Aqua One water break there. Get a little swig of water with my Aqua One water bottle up here. As it's second down, ball inside Venom territory at the 20-yard line. Twin receivers on the left-hand side. Looks like Thomas going to be the motion man. Check that. Edwards. Pass up top to Cashmere. And he is going to go in for a touchdown. One of the Venom players goes over the wall. That was Mike Maldonado. It was just a simple fade route that time to Lamont's Cashmere, and they put 55 on the board tonight as they got a 55-24 lead. Now you're playing for pride if you're Amarillo. 10.5 minutes remaining as Ortega sets to kick. Ortega now, if you were to look at, he's a little guy. He's 5'4". He's out there on the field. They call him Biggin here in SanAngelo. As the snap's down, hold by Edwards, kicks up, and it's good. 56-24, the Venom Trail. Listen to the football in the car. They're doing it on field. You can do one more. You can do one more. They ain't even started. 55-24, the Venom Trail here on the road in SanAngelo, doing a little on-field promotion right now, making a cookie out there. I could use a cookie right now myself, as the Venom have been just eat up tonight. Sort of speaking of cookie theme, as it's been all SanAngelo, 56-24. This one's starting to get away from them. 2 turnovers here in the second half that have been key. 1 pick six, which was thrown by John David Baker. Last play, we got to see him. He showed some bright spots tonight. I love the kid's guts. Played hard. Took a big shot early in the game, sort of got banged up, and still not had confirmation on what happened to him. And Christian Cafflish came in, threw a touchdown to Darnell Williams, and then on his last possession was getting pressured and ended up throwing the interception. So, you know, and that's been, I say the word pressure, that's been something that I think's been lacking. I mean, Collis standing back there all day and Venom quarterbacks on their backs. That's been one of the big differences here today is you got to have pressure on the quarterback. And so far, give credit to SanAngelo, they've protected us. Craig Fulton Jr. is going to take this kickoff in his goal line. He bobbles it, and now he's going to have to make up for it. He makes another man miss. He might go. He's out to midfield, and then still on his feet. Great effort by Craig Fulton Jr. I just got taught through talk. He's still on his feet. You got to like a guy that's team is down 20 points and down 22, and he is fighting his butt off, scrapping and scraping and everything else. Take that 30 points, and he brings that one back with a host of bandits on his back and takes it all the way inside the 18-yard line. Craig Fulton Jr. was talking about him being a vocal leader. You saw some leadership there because he didn't quit. So now we're one man short, and Ron Evans Jr. makes his way into the ball game. And now he's going to break out at receiver. Christian Cafflish still the quarterback. Darnell Williams, Craig Fulton Jr., the motion man. Cafflish under center, drops, looks, throws to Williams. Williams makes one man miss, carrying a man all the way down inside the 15-yard line. We're going to call it a gain of 7 to the 12. There's a quick bubble screen. So it's second down. We're going to call it 4, gain of 6. Craig Fulton Jr., Ron Evans Jr., and Darnell Williams, your wide receivers. Fulton Jr. going to be the motion man. Christian Cafflish, the quarterback. Dropping, looking to his left. Now rolling and missed block that time by Eric Waltz. Ran right inside of him. And a sack for the Bandits as the clock goes under the 9-minute mark. (56-24). The Venom Trail here. 8:42 remaining in the ball game. Trip receivers this time on the right-hand side. Williams going to be your lone motion man. He's backed up all the way past midfield. Ball spotted at the 16. He was all the way back to the 20-yard line. Big, tall receiver. Now, Cafflish, this is one thing he do. He's running to the left. He's still running and gets the ball inside the 7-yard line, and then a real weird, he hit the wall and he spun, and over the top of him came number 12, Kirkland Davidson, and they both sort of looked like two bodies just whiplashing that time. A weird look, but how about the legs of Christian Cafflish right there? Did a nice job. Looked to his right, pressure came, rolled out, and he got a first down inside the Coors Light red zone, and now trying to get points on the board, and that's something just the Venom have a hard time doing. Quarterback keeper by Cafflish. He's going to score a touchdown. He's in. Touchdown, Christian Cafflish. His second touchdown that he's accounted for tonight. Thrown one and ran for one. 56-30, the Venom Trail here. Fredo Chavez comes in for the kick, but nice job by Cafflish getting the touchdown. 56-30, Fredo Chavez out of the hole to Cafflish. Ball, snap, kicks up, and good. 56-31, the Venom Trail, 7:28 remaining in the ball game. And listen to Venom football in the car. Thanks. The Venom trail on the road tonight, 56-31. As Fredo Chavez is set to kick off, and back deep to receive is Gary Edwards, who's a little different look. Is probably onside kick coming here from the Venom. So they're a pure hands team up. Cashmere, who's normally the guy that's back deep, he's standing on about the 13-yard line, and Chavez kicks it away from him. Take a big bounce here, and it could be trouble. Now it's a sprint, and the ball's in the end zone, and now if you can get a tackle of Edwards, it's a one-point play, and that's what they get. So the Venom are going to get a point right there as the ball went through, and it's Craig Fulton Jr. and Ron Evans Jr. hustling down the field to get the one-point play for the Venom. I did get an update on John David Baker. It's been listed as a concussion. So a concussion for John David Baker, and he's done for the night tonight. So 1 point goes on the board, 56-33 now. Or excuse me, they're going to call it 2. Eric's going to call it the safety. In indoor games, sometimes you get these 1 points, 2 points, things like that. And now they call it, they did. They put 2 on the board, and now it just goes to 1 point, and the ball's going to be at the 5-yard line. So they get it corrected. Now it's 56-32. So anytime you're tackled on a kickoff in the end zone, it's just 1 point, and you retain possession. So 1st and 10 for the Bandits. Ball on their own 5-yard line. Edwards is the motion man. Collis dropping. Has all day. Firing. Throwing over the outstretched hands of Ron Evans Jr., and it's complete to Cashmere. They call him Cash Money here, and even Cash Money tonight. He started out perfect for the Bandits with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and he's been a thorn in the Venom side the rest of the way. 56-32. Collis, the motion man, quarterback under center. 5-step drop, steps up, throws over the outstretched hands of Ron Evans Jr. all the way past midfield and down to the 8-yard line. Evans Jr. playing linebacker position, ran a crossing route in front of him. He was just a step behind. He's going to take himself over to the sidelines, and Craig Fulton Jr. is going to make his way in. Now, actually, they're going to keep Evans in, and it looks like DB is going to come out. So inside the Coors Light red zone, just like that, goes SanAngelo as it's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Motion man coming on the left-hand side. Collis looking, throwing. Good coverage by the Venom that time. Then he just released at the last 10 seconds. And it's another touchdown to Johnny Thomas. Pretty good coverage that time for the Venom. They were locked in, locked down, and then just a nice turn move and a good throw and catch. And that's the difference, is just rhythm. The Venom have not been able to get in rhythm, and how can you expect to do that with young quarterbacks playing their first game? And this team, started in March. You bring teams in March 1st. And we're sitting here middle of May, into May. You got a 2.5-month head start. It's hard to just walk in, learn a game that you've not played, and just light it up. And John David Baker showed signs of that, but knocked out with a concussion in the 3rd quarter. He's done, and it's been all Catholic after that. Who's shown bright spots himself. So a false start on the kick for the Bandits. So they're going to back it up 5 yards. 62-32 they lead now over the Amarillo Venom. So here we go. Ortega kicking it on about his own 14-yard line. Going to be about a 24-yard extra point try. Bobbled snap, and Edwards made one of these happen last time. Now he throws it up, and it's going to be caught again for a 2-point conversion. You know it's bad when you got him throwing it to big offensive lineman. Chris Brown, 6'3", 325. Is going to be the guy who catches the ball and goes into the end zone. 64-32. Salt in the wounds here in Angelo. 5.5 minutes remaining. The Venom Trail 64-32. You're listening on the card. 64-32, the Venom trail here. Craig Fulton Jr. had a great effort on that last kickoff return. Is back deep to return for the Venom. Art Ortega set to kick it off. And we'll see what happens here as the Venom trying to look for something big on special teams. SanAngelo having a hard time getting lined up on special teams. And a kickoff is going to bounce at about the 15-yard line, and it's going to be Fulton Jr. from his own 4. Out past the 10-yard line, catches a block out there, and now he's on the run. Out past the 20, 25, makes one man miss, wasn't touched as he hits out of bounds. But he's going to be called out of bounds right about midfield inside SanAngelo territory. So ball's going to be spotted. I said SanAngelo territory. He hit right on the errand sign, which is on about the 23-yard line of SanAngelo. The ball's going to be spotted on the Venom side of the field, so not in the territory of SanAngelo. I'm watching the line. The chain gang just ran over official. Smooth ran him over. 64-32, the Venom trail by 32 points here. Golly, it was a close game at halftime. You were looking at battling. Have the ball inside the 5 to start the second half with a chance to cut it to 7. You can only get a field goal. Catholic with the pass, it's intercepted. Went deep to Williams, and then Williams gets sort of hit late, but it's going to be another interception. That's 3 so far on the ball game, and that's DeMarcus James. Ball's going to be all the way back to the 3-yard line. They were trying to hit Darnell Williams deep. Ball was just a little underthrown. And another interception for the Venom. 4:44 on the clock. And the Venom about to fall to 3-4 on the season, below 500. But Venom fans, we're going to need you Saturday night, a chance to get back to 500 and right in the middle of this thing, because the reality is the way the schedule lines up the rest of the way really favors the Venom. We have 3 more games versus West Texas. And then, so we have 5 more games, 3 more versus West Texas, 1 versus New Mexico, and 1 trip to Rio as Cashmere's running wide open, and he's going to be tackled inside the 14-yard line of Amarillo. Sean Warren's helmet came flying off then, so he has to step off the field for one play. Crossing route that time to Cashmere, who's been cash money tonight. We're about to go into the 4-minute mark, and SanAngelo, they'll try to score as many points as they can if they get a chance. Penalty flags are going to fly, and we're going to see what the call is here by the officials. What do we? I don't think it's a timeout. I was looking. The play clock stopped. Play stopped. Everything stopped, and then they just reset the game clock. No big deal. 3:45 remaining in the ball game. 64-32. The Venom taking one on the chin tonight in SanAngelo. Collis under center. Motion man coming from the left-hand side is Collis. 5-step drop. Wide open in the back of the end zone. As, my goodness, big hit over there. It was Gary Edwards does a flip, and he comes back in. He's going to get a hand from the crowd, but Raymond Berry with the coverage. That's one thing about the indoor game. People can go over that wall, and if you're leaning on the wall, you really got to watch out. But I was talking about the schedule earlier, and you can do some of the math and the figuring of what it's going to take to get you in third place. So basically, West Texas, you've got to win the game. And you've got them 3 more times on the season. 3 more times. Got to go to Odessa twice. Got to go. They're coming to our place once. New Mexico next week. So really it's us and New Mexico trying to get that 3rd and final playoff spot. If we can get settled in at the quarterback position, you're going to have a chance to make the playoffs. So we'll see how that pans out the rest of the way. But you got to think that the schedule is friendly for the Venom. So here we go. 3rd down now, 15-yard lines where the ball spot. It's 3rd and 10. Left to right on the radio dial goes SanAngelo, 64-32. 2.5 minutes remaining in the ball game. Collis, who's been he's been lights out tonight. Doing a nice job. As Cashmere is the motion man. Collis dropping, looking, firing, throwing, wide open. And he's going to score another touchdown. That's Johnny Thomas It's a simple slant route. It's nothing fancy. You know, it'd be one thing if you thought that it was a well-designed play, but it's just a slant. They're clearing with one man. Slant post combination. Slant corner. Slant wide open. Nobody there. No linebacker there. And he walks into the end zone, and they've hung 70 on us tonight. 70-32, the Venom Trail. We're under 2 minutes now here in the ball game. Woo. It's been tough to watch the second half. Missed extra point. We'll take a quick timeout. 1:54 remaining in the ball game. I don't even want to say the score. You're listening to Venom Football on the car. (70-32) the Venom Trail here. The crowd starting to file out of Foster Communications Stadium on Monday Night Football. It's 8:32 at night. And these folks have seen a quick football game. 2.5-hour ball games really fast in the Lone Star Football League. That's halftime and everything. Usually looking about a 3-hour event. It's been real fast tonight. Started in that first quarter where Angelo sort of ran that opening kickoff back, and the Venom held the ball half the first quarter. 70-32. Kickoff coming by Ortega. Here we go. He's set on right to left on your radio dial. He has his left hand in the air, and now his left foot in it. Big, deep kick. Shaka Harris going to kick off return this time, and he is going to be tackled inside the 10-yard line. And he sort of ran into the back of one of his defenders, didn't make anybody miss, and he's going to be smoked up right there at the 9-yard line. 1:44 remaining ball game. You know, I mean, you look for guys out there that aren't going to quit. And I'm seeing a bunch of guys wearing the red and white and black that are keep on fighting. And that's what, you know, as a young football team, you got to learn to fight, and that things like this can happen. And you also got to learn that, you know, we're a couple plays away from being, you know, whether it's tied up going into half or tying the ball game up, you know, as the half closes, or cutting it to 7 to start. I mean, it's just inches away. But you got to put the whole thing together. I think, you know, if you look at one thing that's the difference, you got to cover and you got to have pressure on the quarterback. Offense has been spurty at best, but, boy, you just can't have your receivers on an island. And that time a fumbled snap by Kaflish picked up by Andre Hendricks, who's still on his feet. And he breaks out of the huddle, and he's going to gain about, well, they're going to say no gain. Greg Yeldale with the tackle. So we're about to have the 1-minute warning. We've only got 60 more ticks of football left in San Angelo. 70-32, the Venom Trail. You're listening to Venom Football on the car. This guy, he was practicing this afternoon. I'm saying it hits the Sitel sign on the left. Here we go. I'm just talking about the kicker, Kenny. You're good. He got it. Oh! Right back to action, and the action is the guy just kicked and made a $100 bill kicking a field goal. And what's funny is this afternoon he came in early while we were going through walkthroughs, and this guy was practicing his field goal. He just drilled it. You can do that at a Venom game. You know, we can do better than $100. Fix your fangs, Panhandle Amarillo Pediatric Dentistry. for a free set of Fix Your Fangs or Salt Fork Apartments for free rent. 2 opportunities Saturday night. Now, the Venom, it's going to be a short week. Saturday night. We need you there, Venom Nation. 7:05 kickoff. This group can still get in the playoffs. The way the schedule lines out, we have one more time against Angelo, one more time against Rio, and then we're going to play West Texas twice and New Mexico once. Catholic rolling to his left. Has room, throws, fires across the middle, and it was intended for Big Murphy, Lorenzo Murphy's, who was intended for in the pass falls incomplete. And we've got some guys in there that, quite frankly, don't have to play offense a lot. You got are playing out of position. Shaka Harris is playing receiver. Ron Evans Jr. is playing receiver. Normally Harris is playing running back. So we're beat up over there a little bit. I don't see now Darnell Williams has made his way into the game now, so that's good. But, of course, the big deal tonight was John David Baker going down with a concussion. Had some script to him early. We'll see how he's able to recover coming back on a short week. Whether he'll be good to go or not, probably just kept out for precautionary reasons. Darnell Williams running down the middle of the field. Paul passes deep, and it's going to be intercepted. Catholics' 3rd interception of the game. This is where you get people hurt as somebody gets cracked back on. And Waltz gets hit hard into the wall then. And we're going to see if he's okay. Because Waltz just got T-boned into the wall, and he is down. I saw Eric Waltz that time, and they're waving over the trainers. Ron Evans Jr. dove quickly to try to and Ron Evans Jr. dove, and we're going to have an injury timeout. We're going to take a quick timeout. We're going to try to sort this out because we got a lot of folks over there around Eric Waltz. He went hard into the wall. Taking a 30-second timeout. Listen to Venom Football in the car. Go minute, Kenny. I saw him get rolled up. Keep going. Keep them going. Keep them going. Sorry, Kenny. All right, we can go back in another 30. Or .41 seconds to go, and the Venom are down 70-32. Not the most pressing thing in the ballgame. Eric Waltz took a hard hit into the wall, and I just got through saying on the interception return, this is when people get hurt. People get cracked back on and things like that late because there was so much space. The ball was thrown all the way down the field, and Waltz went hard into the wall. Now he's being helped off the field, and it's a knee injury. We'll see what the diagnosis or prognosis for that is. But he's being helped off the field right now by Lorenzo Murphy, and looks like Shaka Harris physically having to carry him off. He'll be treated over there by Nathan Johnson, who's our trainer. But we'll get you an update on that. So there's 2 Venom players that have been knocked out tonight. John David Baker, of course. 3, actually, Raymond Johnson Jr., and now Eric Waltz. Deep pass all the way in the back of the end zone, and another guy over the wall. We got guys dropping right and left here, and that hit hard. that time was Gary Edwards. It was a deep pass from Collis. And check that. That wasn't Edwards. That was Johnny Thomas who went over the wall. Dang, that hurt. He was going full steam trying to catch a deep pass. SanAngelo's going to try to put a couple more points on the board here. This one you just got to man up as the Venom. They're going to try to score, and you can't tell them, hey, we're going to lay down. They're just trying to run their offense, trying to score, and this is where you got to sort of find down deep in your soul a way to be able to make the stop. Collis, deep pass, quick pass, whoa, and then a shot in the back by Raymond Berry, and fans want a flag, but he throws the ball. He doesn't know if he catches it or not, so he's going to smoke him up, and Raymond Berry did do that just then. Woo, he lit him up. Berry just lit up Gary Edwards. 29 seconds remaining in the ball game, 70-32. So here we go, 3rd down and 10 for SanAngelo. Twin receivers on the right-hand side. Cashmere now joins them, going from left to right. Quick bubble screen out, and running up the middle of the field is Edwards. He's going to score. Gary Edwards ran a screen, fumbled the ball on the 5, bounced right up to him, and he's going to score. So that is going to be a touchdown. Quick bubble screen, 2 Venom defenders hit him. They're going to run through us like water going through a sink and score a touchdown. 76-32. It's going bad when the ball pops out of Edwards' hands at about the 5-yard line. And this isn't field turf. This is AstroTurf. It bounces right up into his bread basket. He catches it and walks in the end zone. 20 seconds remaining in this debacle tonight in SanAngelo. 76-32, and now make that 77-32. 20 seconds left on the clock. 30-second timeout. Coming back to Venom football on the card. Seconds remaining in this ball game in SanAngelo, Texas tonight. My voice is about done. It needs to be 77-32. Going to find a way to get it back though for Saturday night. Go to GoVenom.com, get those tickets, because this is going to be sort of the gut check time of the season where you know that Julian Reese and his coaching staff are going to rise up. Nothing like playing at home. We didn't have a good outing last time at home, and you know that the Venom are going to come back with a vengeance. Get a day off tomorrow and then go right back to work to try to get going on this deal here. Still can make the offseason. 5 games remaining. Got West Texas. You've got them twice. You've got SanAngelo once. You've got Rio once. And you've got New Mexico once. So you can make the playoffs. Ortega with the kick. And he kicks it about 7 rows deep into the bleachers. This is Gene Messer ball in the stands there. 20 seconds on the clock. And so the Venom will come out, and Havlish will make his way back to the field. Ball will be placed at midfield here. So a lot of stuff coming up next week. Venom, once again, back at home. And if you haven't been to Cal Farley Coliseum and seen the Venom play, it's a cool environment. Great place for family, your friends. It's a great place to take your co-workers to have a group night. It's a great place to get out, see what all the sponsors got going on. If you hadn't walked in there lately, it's like walking into a mall. I mean, it's awesome. It's a very cool environment. 77-32. SanAngelo on Monday Night Football is going to get a win here tonight. 20 ticks remaining. Craig Fulton Jr. going to be your motion man. Christian Kaflish under center. Kaflish dropping, looking, still looking. Rolling to his right. Now throws back across his body up, and it's just over the outstretched hands of Ron Evans Jr. 14 seconds remaining in the ball game. $77-32. So this is the 4th trip to SanAngelo, and we're yet to beat SanAngelo here at their home field. Just can't shake the curse. Won a championship here in 2012. Been back 3 times since, and Angelo's beat us every time. Yeah, and something that's going to be awesome this week. You know, our friends at Texas down in Paladero Canyon, we've got fireworks inside next week. Fireworks, and Catholic is going to be sacked, and that's going to be it. Ball game's going to end with that last sack, and that pretty much sums it up. But fireworks next week. Didn't see many fireworks tonight. But that's the final ball. That's the final snap of the ball game. 77-32, the Venom are going to fall in Angelo tonight. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up. This is the Venom football on the card. Take care. 77-32, the Venom fall in San Angelo, Texas. It's an ugly turn of events as the Venom had several opportunities to be able to get on the board early. A couple turnovers that really hurt, but the one that sort of changed the game was the Venom were having a chance to go down, and defense had just made a stop, and pick 6, and quarterback goes out, concussion symptoms. So we'll keep an eye on John David Baker. Showed some flashes of what he can really do. His name, Abilene Christian University's top male athlete, and he looked like Johnny Football a little bit out there tonight. Johnny Indoor Football, we said we'd call him. But he did a nice job and made some plays. We'll hope that he's okay. Also hope that Raymond Johnson Jr., who took a shot on the hip, is all right, along with Eric Waltz, who went out late in the ball game. So we'll get a check on all those guys. But thanks coming up this week. Let's take about Thursday on 806 Sports. Make sure you listen to the guys, Kenny and Jacob, and then several Venom players on Thursday in the show from 9 to 11. Make sure you listen up on that. And then the Amarillo Venom Coaches Show right here on the car at 5:30 on Thursday night as well. And then right back in Cal Farley Coliseum on Saturday night, 7:05. Fireworks from Texas. You don't want to miss that. We're going to sign off. Get a long road trip back. We're going to get back safe and sound. Go to work tomorrow. We'll do it again on Saturday. For Kenny Gunston in the studio, Toby Tucker here in San Angelo, Texas. One final time. San Angelo over Amarillo, 77-32. You listen to every tick of it right here in the car. Thanks, Kenny. Appreciate you, man. Bye-bye.